today we're doing Grizzly Peak in Kananaskis. This one is about 6.6K. This seems to be a really good fall hike. It is around the area where King Creek and Opal Ridge is, so this was kind of like the last one in this area to cross off my list. So we are just getting started. It's been uphill so far. There hasn't really been a break as far as getting to this point, but the views are already beautiful. It's a little bit smoky today, but hopefully that clears up throughout the day. I'll see you guys in the next clip.
Got drunk off your life, and I lost myself again. You hit just like a drug. This time I won't let you in. You're playing with fire. No, I didn't I'm the prey, but this time I won't collapse like I did yesterday. You broke my heart once again. I won't buy the dust in return. I can't give it, I can't give it, I won't give it this time. You broke my heart once again. Well, you're bad, but you're bad for me. I can't give it, I can't give it. I've already run with the wolves. Far from the light of the day. I can't go back to you, I'm stronger today. Been to the dark side, I don't know. So if you wanna shoot far away, I won't go back to you. I'm stronger, I'm stronger, I'm stronger today. I'm stronger today. Tú tienes la pócima para enloquecerme, pero voy a draw the line, que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away. Sé que como un trofeo quieres tenerme, pero I don't need no one, que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away. No, 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 baby, no, 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 no setbacks. No, 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 baby, no, 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 this time. You broke my heart once again. I won't buy the dust in return. I can't give it, I can't give it, I won't give it this time. You broke my heart once again. Well, you're bad, but you're bad for me. I can't give it, I can't give it. I've already run with the wolves. Far from the light of the day. I can't go back to you, I'm stronger today. Been to the dark side, I don't know. So if you wanna shoot far away, I won't go back to you. I'm stronger, I'm stronger, I'm stronger today. I'm stronger today.
I see the constellations. They remind me that this life cannot be lost forever. I watch my generation. It's so evident this world will soon be gone. Will soon be gone. Can we leave for tonight? Run away. Let's run away, run away. Can we get out of sight? Fly away. life, can I be lost forever? I watch my generation. It's so evident this world will soon be gone. Will soon be gone. Can we leave for tonight? Run away. Let's run away.
Hey guys, so we finally made it to the top of Grizzly Peak. It's super windy. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if you can hear me, but we're at the summit now. We're just gonna take some photos. It is beautiful up here minus the wind. I need to dress warmer next time, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking for the summit register. I can't find it. This is not a very obvious place for a summit register because we're at the highest point of the summit right now, and there's nothing. So we're gonna have a look for it on the way back down, and I'll see you in the next clip.
If I can't, get away, 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 get away. If I can't, 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 get away.
Hey guys, welcome to my after hike summary for Grizzly Peak. So this one has been on my list for quite a few years now, and I'm so happy that I finally got to cross it off. It was a toss-up between this and doing Surreal again because I did not vlog the last time I was at Surreal, which was back in 2016, and that was one of my favorite hikes. So I was like, which one do I want to do, because there was forecast of snow. I just didn't know how much snow. I was very shocked about how much that we got in the matter of like days after doing Grizzly Peak. Like nothing else was doable by that point. Like there was a lot of snow. I cannot stress the amount of snow that we got after I did this hike, literally like 2 days later. So I'm glad I picked this one because I got to cross it off of my list finally. I don't have to wait till next year. So yeah, we clocked in at 7.5K with an elevation gain of 898 meters. So this was quite a little bit of a grind, which was nice. So I've done the other two in this area. So I've done Opal Ridge. I was gonna say Opal Peak. No, I've done Opal Ridge and I've done King Creek Ridge. If you would even consider this like a triple crown or like 3 very similar mountains with very similar views in the same area, this was the last one that I needed to complete. Comparing it to King Creek and Opal, I would consider Opal Ridge harder and I would consider King Creek easier. So if you've done King Creek, I think you could do Opal just fine. You would be fine with doing this one. It's a really beautiful hike. So this was a great option for fall. Was I prepared really for how cold it was going to be up there? No. So I mean, I would have stayed at the summit longer to take in how amazing the views were, but I literally was not prepared. I didn't have my portable charger with me. I left it in my car because I saw on All Trails that this one was going to be around like 5 to 6K, and I'm like, that's super easy. Like, that's not going to take us very long. And I had 2 jackets. I had a winter one and I had a windbreaker one, and the temperature on the ground that day was 13 degrees. So I wasn't expecting it to be quite as cold and windy at the summit, which, you know, it's mountain weather, you have to expect that. So I made those 2 errors by leaving both things in my car, and I feel like I would have enjoyed the summit a lot more if I was warmer. But other than that, let's get into my review of the hike. There's a little bit of scrambling involved, but I didn't find it that difficult. If you are, you know, if you have some scrambling experience, you'll be fine. If you are scared of heights, the summit may scare you just a little bit. I'll get into that. Okay, so this one starts off just going up. Like, there is really not a whole lot of switchbacks on this one. It pretty much, if you look at the distance and the elevation gains you get, you can kind of gauge about how steep this one's gonna get. It is pretty steep. The trail is really easy to follow up until you kind of exit the tree line and you're kind of on kind of like one of the rock bands. You have to kind of go to the other side of the mountain to get to the summit. So you're kind of, from the road, you're going up, but then you're going over and around. You can do the more challenging option, which is like pretty much like a scramble from the rock band up. I saw it on my All Trails map and considered it, but I decided to go the other route. The other route, which is like the main trail and takes you to basically this beautiful meadow at the back of Grizzly Peak and then up. Incredible. Love the views in that one. You get amazing views of Mount Evan Thomas. You get, depending on the weather, we had an amazing day. So there was like sun rays, kind of like moody skies mixed with sun. It was super gorgeous. There was also a lot of bighorn sheep at the back of the mountains. So if you're into like seeing wildlife and that sort of thing, I would go this way. It's also probably the safer option if you don't have a scrambling helmet or that sort of thing. So that is the way we went, and we did get off trail because it does get hard to follow right near kind of the end. So right before the meadow, there is different ways you could go up. There's more of like a grassy staircase, which is more gradual to go up. We completely missed that, my friend and I. We ended up on scree, and I was like, okay, I think this is normal because from the reviews that I've read on All Trails, this is supposed to be a scramble. It hasn't been a scramble so far, so maybe this is what they're talking about. I don't know, but we got to a scree section with like loose rock, and it was pretty much just going straight up, and this wasn't even going to take you to the summit. This was just to that grassy beautiful meadow that I was talking about earlier. So the saddle, I guess, if you would consider it that. We realized halfway into climbing this really slippery rocks that our trail was way on the other side. Like it was on the other side. We saw it on the way down and we were just like laughing at how hilarious that it was that we completely missed the trail. But anyways, we chose the darker coal colored rocks to go up, which was less sketchy than the like sandy loose rock. It was still really a mess. It was still really challenging to get up here because it was pretty much straight up on like rock. So don't go that way. Choose the grassy route on the other side. It will save you a ton of headache. Trust me. So by the time we got to the saddle, we were super close. We stopped for a little bit of a break and then we continued on. The last part is pretty much switchbacks, which is really helpful to get you to the summit of Grizzly Peak. So when you're at the summit of Grizzly Peak, you can actually walk quite a ways if you want to. I tried because I was looking for the summit register. I have seen the summit register in multiple people's photos from back in 2020. I don't know if it fell off the mountain, if someone took it home. I don't know what exactly happened to it, but I could not find the summit register to save my life. I was walking along that ridge for a while and I was so cold. I just wanted to add, I got these business cards specifically to add to summit registers, and I've only been to like one summit register where I could put these into so far this year. You can either take a left or you can take a right. I think the true summit is on the left side of the ridge when you get to like the highest point, I guess. If you continue on to the left, you get to the summit. So this part, if you're scared of heights, can be sort of sketchy because it's exposure on both sides. It's pretty much like on a knife edge ridge. I am blessed with not being scared of heights, thankfully, so I was able to kind of like maneuver myself just fine. But I'm just warning you guys that are scared of heights, this might not be a good choice for you. Unless you go right on the ridge and you just like walk that part and you kind of enjoy the views on that side. But this part is definitely like exposure galore. And we just eventually picked a spot, sat down, ate our lunch. I did some time lapses, which turned out amazing because there was like sun rays that were moving around and everything like that. My phone literally almost died because it was so cold. Summit views were amazing, even though I've done, like I said, I've done Opal and King Creek and it's very similar views, but it depends on the season that you're going, right? And depends on the weather and stuff like that. So I felt like this one was different enough to where I enjoyed it. Would I do it again? Yes, I did love it that much. I love the workout aspect of it. I got a really good workout in. And yeah, that is all I really have to say about this one. Add it to your list for sure. If you haven't done it yet and it's been on your bucket list for a while, definitely do it next year for sure. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
I let you deeper than I let anyone